Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode today of My Favorite Parts, where we explore all your favorite parts and everything we love about them and what makes you you. In today's episode, we have Mr. Matthew Lesko, aka the question mark guy, who's here joining me today. And I appreciate you being here with me, Matthew, so you can tell the audience your favorite parts and explore a little bit about yourself. But before we begin, if you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself also, for those who may not know.
Well, I'm an old fart, still working like hell. I haven't worked in 50 years,
Mhm.
uh, but I work hard at it. I mean, you don't have to get a job if you like. Oh, they found me.
Yeah.
I'm in Washington. uh, no, you find something you love to do, then you don't go to work, and that's to me. Everything to me was failing. I got an MBA and all this kind. I was starting businesses, trying. They were
Mhm.
failing. And, it was dreadful. Look at the, I said, God, after two, three failures like that, God, what is this life about? I mean, doing
Yeah.
stuff I really didn't like to do. I was trying to do everything that I was taught in school or experts told me what to do. None of that was working. I was losing money and not having fun. So I said, God, so I have to do something I'm not good at. I'm
Mhm.
not having fun because maybe in 30 years I'll have fun. I mean, that just sounds like a stupid life.
Yeah.
And I said, well, no, I'm going to start having fun now, you know, because I can't count on being successful anyway. So,
Mhm.
but if I have fun now, I don't have to wait 30 years to have fun. I'm having it now.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. At the end of the day, everybody wants to enjoy life. So the more that we can have access to do that, the better, I guess.
And also, when you start having fun, is that's when you can give your best.
Hmm.
I think that's what we're to do as a human. It's how can we contribute the best we have to the rest of society, and as a personal, how can you love as hard as you can to
Hmm.
people, personal side. So life is about giving as much as you can, not about giving as little as you can. That's to me, that's what work is. I just something really easy. You don't
Hmm.
want it that way, man, because you don't grow. It's like playing basketball against a 5-year-old. Sure, you're going to win, but it's not good for you as a human.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody wants to have some fun, and I agree with that sentiment. I feel like it's much more pleasing as a person to give than it is to like take.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. Everybody says, "Oh, they're looking for a handout. They're looking for the real selfish people want to give because
Yeah.
that's so good. Nothing feels better than giving,
Hmm.
yeah. And it's always selfish. That's I'm just a big selfish bastard trying to give
In the best way possible.
right. And that's what's
Hmm.
important in life. But it
Hmm.
takes a while, and that's another thing about having fun because I think you have to do that. Life is going to shit on you no matter what, you
Hmm.
know, and it's tough out there for everybody. Nobody knows what they're doing. We're all
Hmm.
guessing. We all run around in circles, hoping it's right. We don't know. Uh, but if you got some fun in it, some humor, then you could take all the bad stuff that comes because that's what's going to happen. And if you don't realize that, then you're going to stop. And you
Hmm.
can't. Bad stuff is just you haven't gotten it right yet. But if you stop, like you learn how to walk. I remember my kids would
Hmm.
crawl over to the coffee table, pick themselves up, and start their first step to walk, and they fall on their ass, right?
Hmm.
And I knew they were going to fall, but if don't go that, you're going to fall. They'd never learn to walk.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to do for the rest of our life. When anytime we do something new, get up there so you could fall, and so you could learn how to really do what you want by trying it and failing. But we
Hmm.
want to go to experts. We want to have those 5 magic steps to be a gazillionaire or what the fuck they
Hmm.
promise you. Yeah. And they ain't there. Well, they're different for everybody. So you got to find out yours.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
maybe they give you a little hint to do something. I mean, it's not all bad, but
Hmm.
it's really bad if you're spending a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
Because the name of any success is staying there long enough till you figure it out. And that usually takes money. So
Hmm.
if you're spending all your money trying to get the magic 5 steps and you fall on your ass at step 2, you got a lot to learn yet, and you're going to
Yeah.
run out of money before you learn what to do.
Yeah, I've definitely heard the saying where you got to learn how to fail before you can learn how to succeed. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
hopefully,
Everybody
yeah.
goes to seminars to learn how to be a success. Fuck, that's
Mhm.
easy. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The easy part,
Uh,
you don't have to do it.
yeah. Well, without further ado, and I appreciate the introduction, but let's go dive into your favorite parts. We'll go into those,
Oh God.
and
Do I
I'm
have
gonna
to
enjoy
show
these. There's
you?
one especially that I'm excited to hear about too.
What's that?
On top of all the one, it's your third one, but you probably get that all the time.
What's that?
But the first one we'll go into is going to be the first you provided. It's going to be government grants. So if
Yeah.
you want to tell the audience a little bit why government grants is one of your favorite parts.
Well, because it helps people. I mean, people don't
Mm-hmm,
realize you live in a country here that maybe I have a show and tell. Yeah, here it
mm-hmm,
is. 40% of our economy is
mm-hmm,
government and nonprofit organizations. 60% is capitalism. So capitalism needs money, and they help you solve your problem.
mm-hmm,
Government and nonprofit organization gives you money to solve your problem. Uh, but this is not in Google. You can't find them. This is in Google. So if you're going to Google looking for help, you're going to
mm-hmm.
just find people that want to get money from you.
Yeah.
If you go to these two looking for help, you find people who want to give money to you. And that's 40% of our society. And that's there to help you do anything, to help you with your life, get a new life, start a business,
Mm-hmm,
anything you want to do. Pay your bills, buy a house, get a better education or job training,
mm-hmm,
healthcare. All that is available, but not easily for the average person to find. So they go to
mm-hmm.
Google, can't find it. So they do without it or get pissed off at the country because they see all these fancy people on Instagram having fun.
Living those lives. And what is it in particular about the government grants that makes it one of your favorite parts? Like, is this something that it did for you, or is it how you help people access them?
Oh, both. I mean, I use it all the
Mm-hmm,
time. Uh, it's the best information in the world. I mean, if I want information on something, I go to NIH to find out about any healthcare and
mm-hmm.
find out the results of research studies that aren't even published in the magazines yet.
Yeah.
And so you have access to that. I mean, I found out about this stuff helping Fortune 500 companies start businesses, get money to start businesses, get money to buy businesses, and everything.
Mm-hmm,
So I was in Washington, and I found the government has all this stuff. They have money to help you buy a business. They have money, market studies that they
mm-hmm.
spent millions of dollars on that you could get for free and find out the best place to go and start your business and all that stuff. And that's why learned that from helping rich people. So I was helping millionaires get all this information because I didn't know anything about it. And I just want to get paid. So if I found them stuff, they would pay me.
And they paid you. That's awesome.
And then I said, God, I'm helping millionaires become billionaires.
Mm-hmm,
And to me, this seems so powerful. So, I mean, I grew up a coal miner's grandson, is what I am,
mm-hmm,
in northeastern Pennsylvania. I didn't know anything about this stuff. And so after, having my first successful business helping rich people become billionaires, I said, I want to help the average person on the street know about these programs so they know they live in a country
mm-hmm,
that really is there to help them if they know how to knock on the right door.
mm-hmm,
Otherwise, you're going to Google and all this stuff that you don't know it's there. And I've written books on it, sold
mm-hmm.
4 million copies or something. I don't even know what it is. So I help people all the time. And now, even now, when nobody bought books, then I have a community now of 15,000 people that
Mm-hmm.
help each other get this information and help. So every day, there'll be 3, 4, 5 hours of members that are available on Zoom calls. You can ask them how they got money, and they'll tell you step by step how they did it. So you don't have
I
to
like
trust. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that because it's basically like it's kind of like a circle. Like everybody gets, and then now everybody gives, and I
right.
think that's a beautiful thing. So,
Yeah, no, I do, and it happened by accident.
mm-hmm,
After people stopped buying reference books, I had to find out a way to make money, and so I started a little newsletter, and then that
mm-hmm,
I didn't even know what community meant, but it grew to this, and yeah, now I'll do this till I die because I see it helping so many people. I mean, if I could give
mm-hmm.
you a phone number, yeah, here's a couple of things that help you. Got $100,000 to start a cheese business. Yeah. So the government Absolutely. They do
Yeah.
that. They want you to be in the food business.
Hmm.
Uh, or here, you want to help people. They have $15 million in grants they give out to people to help people who just got out of jail. Okay. So you want to help somebody in society and you
Wow.
apply for that. Or how about $3,000 to make your home earthquake safe?
Hey, imagine all the people in California that could use that.
That's where it is.
Yeah. Hmm.
This is interesting. Not even in the
Hmm.
government here, but you get a hundred
Hmm.
thousand dollar grant to buy a house on the countryside in Italy. They're dying to have people there, so they're giving away money for you
Hmm.
to live there. But actually, Nebraska does the same thing. They'll give you $50,000. If you
Oh,
move
just for moving to Nebraska?
right to buy a house.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually, there's a here's a website that keeps track of all the U.S. companies,
Mhm.
cities that do that. It's called MakeMyMove.com.
I will
Make
be writing that down.
MakeMyMove.com. Okay, and you go to that website, and you'll say they'll give you anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, $30,000 or more. Yeah, just to move there.
Yeah,
Some
and
even business there and give you free rent for a year. All this kind of stuff.
it's
Yeah.
better than nothing. Most people wouldn't even know to even access any of those items. Who wants to
Well,
turn
that's
anything down that's free?
one of the questions to ask.
Yeah.
Answers are easy. You just have to ask the right question.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And then I appreciate you sharing that with the audience. I'm sure that's something that everybody would be interested in. And that takes us to actually the next part of your favorite parts, which is free money. So
Oh,
I'm sure that with the government grants, it has to do with the free money. So what's not that it's a question that needs to be asked, but what's your favorite part about free money?
it's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I am.
it's the
Mhm.
thing. I mean, it is government benefits is with the general category. These are all government
Mhm.
benefits. They're
Yeah.
grants, other loans you don't have to pay back, free services. You want to get free health care. You want to get free legal help. Anything that you could think of. You need a new roof on your house. Florida was given $10,000 to put a new roof on your house in Florida, and people aren't filling out the application. Yeah, uh, and they stopped filling out the application. People think that you have to have a grant writer. You don't. You go to
Mhm.
this website. Can you go online now? And I'll show you the place.
Yeah.
Okay, go to findhelp.org. What's on the ceiling?
Oh, that's where my the other monitor is.
Oh, I see. I thought you were worried about the roof coming in or something.
Oh no. I better get my rent my rent back if that's the case.
I'll get you a rent grant.
It was find help.
Help.org.
Yep.
See, all the people that give you money are either .org or .gov. You don't want to mess with
Uh-huh.
anybody. Okay, you go there. Now you
Hmm.
put in your zip code
Yeah.
up on
It
the
already
left.
looks like it already has that.
It has it. Okay.
All right. Oh
And now,
wow.
all right. What does it say there?
It says there's 3,104 programs that I can try to get assistance with.
Right. So that
Hmm.
in your zip code,
Yeah.
3,400 programs
Hmm.
that you could get free money and help from. Now you're going to go to Google and get 500 million. But you'll never find out how to get money and help from.
Hmm.
Every
Yeah.
one of those websites give you money. And that's what I'm trying to say. Now, let's
Hmm.
say you're looking for something, maybe like helping with rent. So
Hmm.
up on the left-hand side up there again,
Hmm.
uh, the search bar, put in rent.
Yeah.
How many you
And it's
got?
already bringing up some programs. There's one, two,
There's
three,
a number of,
four.
yeah,
Oh wait. One. It's there's 89.
89. So you have
Yeah.
89. You can't pay your rent next month. You have 89 places to check to see if they pay your rent. Now, of course, they
Hmm.
aren't going to give you money because they all have different
Hmm.
requirements. So what you have to do, this is where you have to use the phone. And the best way to do it, I know everybody would like, oh, just tell me where I'll fill out the application. No, you got to find out the right application for you. And you're
Hmm.
not going to be able to do that until you talk to people. And these people do this every day. They help people like you can't pay the rent.
Mhm.
So you call them, even if they're maybe only for veterans and you're not a veteran. You call them anyway. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm not eligible for you, but can you suggest somewhere that I might be eligible for? See, they're going to know better than you and I will ever know because they solve this problem every day for people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's your gold there, right there. You have what, 80 people or whatever it is,
Mhm.
organizations that just solve your problem. That's why even with Trump and Doge and all this stuff going on and cutting stuff, well, so they cut a program out. You
Mhm.
still got 79 left or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
so it's insatiable. I mean, whatever happens in
Mhm.
Washington, just ignore
Yeah.
it.
The one thing that in I come from like a hospitality background, but when I was in management, they always used to say something I had a problem with, and that I learned eventually was like they tell you to use your resources.
Yeah,
So if people
it's
need
all
to use your
right.
resources,
And this is everybody's resources, not only for
yeah,
the rich, but the rich people know it. So they're
yeah,
first line, man. They're there. But that's for everybody. And that's what I'm trying to do. I started by just helping rich people because they'll pay anything. You're going to help me make a billionaire? Fuck, I'll give you anything you want. I mean,
that's awesome.
Leon Musk is that way. He's got $38 billion he gets from this
Hmm.
uh, already from the government. So he knows. And that's why, when Trump got elected, behind him were three of the richest people in the world. Why? Because they know the government is the best place to get money. I mean, you
Hmm.
think if they're so interested in capitalism, why don't they go out and make the fucking money themselves?
Hmm.
They know it's easier to get it from the government. Uh,
Absolutely. And the good thing is that it looks from what you're saying, it's there for all of us to try to get our share too. So.
Exactly. And it's
Mhm.
not so much getting your share, but to me, if you have a problem, that's what they're there for. It's a
Hmm.
community. We as a society decide we're going to help each other too. We're not
Hmm.
only going to sell shit to each other, but we're going to help each other when we're in trouble. Okay. Your house is on fire. Okay. You're going to go to Google and find out somebody put out your fire. They'll ask for your credit card first, right?
Hmm.
So, you call the fire department. That's part of and they're not going to charge you.
Hmm.
So that goes on and on for all kinds of things that you
Hmm.
want to do in life that improve your life or get you out of financial trouble, or they're there. You want to, like, okay, you just need financial assistance. Go put a backward to do a new search. And the best way to do a
Hmm.
new search, you have to go back a page or two
Yeah.
and then put in financial assistance.
Wow. 306
Yeah.
programs.
That's in your zip code. There's
Yeah.
306 organizations that give out money because you're in financial trouble. None of them are Wells Fargo.
Get you even bigger into that.
Exactly.
So. Hmm.
You don't even have to put a mask on and go to 7-Eleven.
Hmm.
They're in business to give you free money because you're in financial trouble. Look at how many hundreds and hundreds of programs. I mean,
Yeah.
that, I just, it's still beyond, I just can't imagine it. But see, what it stops people is that now it takes work on your part.
Hmm.
Now you have a couple hundred people there. Okay, you have to do the digging. You have to, sort of like getting a job, getting a date or whatever. You're not going to get that magic thing in one website link or whatever. Maybe you
Hmm.
may get lucky, but
Hmm.
don't plan on luck because most likely it's not going to happen and you're going to quit. And that's the people who don't get it are the people who quit because you got
Yeah.
300 places. And if you
Yeah.
don't keep going, so you have a good opportunity that it's there. And also, where else you're going to get this? You're not going to get this anywhere else. I mean, if you have an easier way to get, 10 grand or whatever the hell it is, you go do it.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like if there was something easier, people would have did it, but it's not.
Exactly.
And yeah, so I'm glad that at least people have these options and stuff. And for you explaining it, because now if people don't know about them, now they know. So, and knowing it, not to sound like GI Joe, but knowing it's half the battle. So,
Did he say that? That's great.
yeah.
Uh,
And um, that does take us now to our last favorite part for you,
Uh,
which again I said I was interested about because I do. I don't know if I look it, but I'm 38 years old, and I do recall seeing like the commercials and everything with you in, and so when I saw like the how we communicate on the platform, I was like, oh my god, I was like him. So I was excited. So when you wrote down this as one of your parts, I was like, this is gonna be so great because you're I'm just gonna be living a great memory with you. But your last thing is your question mark suits, which I know you're famous for. You put
yeah.
that as one of your favorite parts. So if you want to tell the audience why it's one of your favorite parts, also, it'd be a pleasure to hear.
This is me inside. I mean, this is
Hmm.
part of when I talked about nothing was working in life.
Hmm.
And I think to get things working in life, you have to be the real you. I mean, I would dress fancy. I was a clothes horse, and so
Hmm.
fancy clothes and everything. It's sophisticated. Uh, but that wasn't me. There was something in my head. I always wanted a suit like something like that. When
Hmm.
I got the information business, to me, what it says is you can get an answer to anything. That's not the hard part. The hard part is asking the right question. But now I'm into hearts too,
Uh
because
huh.
even though you have the right question to get what you need, your
Well,
heart has.
I guess that makes us a match because I have a heart
Oh,
on
yeah,
my
yeah,
logo
heart
too.
too.
Yeah.
Good. See, and that's important because that's the way you get anything done. You're going to give up. Anything you do in life is going to be hard.
Hmm.
So if your heart is not in it, whether it's a personal relationship or professional relationship, it's hard. I mean, life is
Hmm.
hard. That's what being human is.
Yeah.
But if you like it,
It makes it a little bit easier, you know.
a lot easier,
Hmm.
and you want to do, and that's how you grow in life. You know, you don't grow with easy. You grow with hard.
Hmm.
I mean, you go to the gym and work on, oh, yeah, I'll just do a couple easy stuff. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. That's going to happen to your body until you push it. So that's why professionally or even, personally, personal relationships, I mean, they're two big things in everybody's life, and they're
Hmm.
hard to work on. And actually, as a man growing up in the society, you never thought you had to work on a personal relationship. It took me two failing marriages to figure that out. It takes work,
Hmm.
and it's important, and like a job. And I said, God, relationship is like as hard as starting a business.
Yeah.
But your heart has to be in it so to get through that,
Hmm.
because you're not going to get through. You're going to pull the
Hmm.
plug, at the first chance they start squeezing the toothpaste in the middle.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then with the suits also, is do you have somebody in particular that makes them for you, or
Well,
is it?
this is I've been on various because I've been doing so many years.
Mhm.
Now there's something called 3D fabric printing.
Oh
You know,
wow.
yeah. So to get fabric made that you want your image on or something,
Hmm.
you used to have to buy 100 yards of it.
Hmm.
But now you could buy 1 yard of it for $20. Not even
Hmm.
that, 15, 12. So I have somebody on Fiverr design something for me,
Hmm.
and I send it down to the fabric manufacturer.
Hmm.
Give me 5 yards of this. So that's like 50, $60. Then I
Hmm.
send that over to Vietnam, and they make it for another $50.
Hmm.
And then I pay
Before you know it.
twice as much for the postage. And it's so funny
That.
when I got the first one back, I didn't know where they were, and I
Hmm.
just went online. And the package came from Ho Chi Minh City. I was in the Vietnam War,
Hmm.
and I see this package. Ho Chi Minh City. Shit, 30, 40 years ago, these people were trying to kill me. Now they're making my.
That's awesome. I mean, they do a great job because if it stuck out in my mind
Yeah.
throughout the years and stuff,
Okay.
me, I equate it to like you. I don't know. Rest in peace, Craig Sager from TNT. Everybody used to talk about his suits from the basketball. It's the same thing. Like I recognize him because he had like the suits, and I recognize you because you had the suits too. So if that was your goal, it worked.
Uh, the goal was having fun
Hmm.
and showing people what I am inside,
Hmm.
because then it saves me a lot of time. Because if you like this, I'm going to like you. You
Hmm.
think I'm an asshole? That's fine. We'll save each other a lot of time.
Yeah. So I didn't think about that using it as an icebreaker.
Right. Oh, it's a filter, you
Hmm.
know, and people will come up to me, and God, it's just wonderful. They just get excited. They don't even know my work or anything. It
Hmm.
makes them smile. Man, if I could do something I love doing and make people smile, I have nothing better to do.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming and I'm hoping that that's what you've gotten out of this, especially you've been doing it so long. So I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
I ain't gonna keep doing it. I figure
Yeah.
about 10, 12 more years, I'll be
Hmm.
82 soon. And
Hmm.
so that'd probably be enough. I don't know. It depends on health. That's all.
Hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
but I
Uh,
love.
More to your health also. And with that, I appreciate you sharing that last part of your favorite parts. I appreciate you talking about the government grants, the free money. All those items are excellent things that I think one myself can use, and for everybody that's paying attention to the podcast. And then personally, thank you for sharing about the suits. But that does take us to the second part of the show. It's going to be your five senses. So basically, we'll ask you about each of your five senses. So your taste, sound, sight, hearing, and I think feel, and then we'll ask you what your favorite of each is. So
Okay. What was that?
if
I didn't. Yeah.
so, I'll ask you about your five senses. Oh, you're doing it again. That's awesome. So, well, then I'll give you the first shot. Do you want me
Okay.
to get you want me to give you the first one, or do you want to go
Whatever.
first?
I don't care.
All right, give me your favorite sight.
Sight.
Hmm.
God, I never think of that. It's a smile. If I can make somebody smile, it
Hmm.
just makes me really feel great.
Hmm.
Uh, I like being goofy because it makes people smile, and so I had nothing better. That's why I
I
like
think
little.
that's a
I've got some grandkids now.
that's
Boy, they're
mhm.
easy pushover to.
That's a great way to look at it, though. I'm not 100% sure. I've had one person mention that about about kids, but just in general, just seeing people smile, it's just like a heartwarming thing to
Oh,
get.
absolutely, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Okay, then how about your sound?
Sound. Oh, I worry about my hearing. Yeah, as you get older, it gets a little tougher. Uh, what I like hearing? Well, I guess I mean sometimes I like really upbeat dance music. That
Hmm.
makes me jiggle,
Hmm.
and
Are
that's
you a dancer, or were you a dancer?
well, I mean, not professionally. I like dancing. My wife and I
Hmm.
don't do it as much anymore, but
Hmm.
uh, yeah, I always did. I don't know why.
That's awesome. Hey, if whatever that music does to get those feet moving, that's it's all the
Right.
better. Yeah.
Right.
And how about your taste?
Taste ice cream, I guess.
Ice cream is a
Yeah.
particular flavor, or
No, just probably most anything.
yeah,
Uh,
are you one of those people that always has like a pint in the fridge?
oh, unfortunately, I try not to because it won't stay there.
Uh,
Uh, Food is my enemy. I was a short, fat kid,
mhm,
and I fight weight every day of my life.
mhm. And then let's see the next one. How about touch?
Touch. God, well, touch. With the tongue, it's like whipped cream or something like that.
That counts. I haven't had anybody like usually when I ask people this question, they usually refer to their hands or like their skin. I haven't actually had somebody refer to like the like mouthfeel or anything like that. So,
It and flan, flan. It's sort
oh
of
yeah, my mom
yeah,
makes good flan, so
hey, man, that kind of that kills me. Yeah, it's
that's
good.
awesome. That little creamy texture. So,
Right.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then you got the last one is going to be your smell.
My what?
Smell.
Smell. Whew.
Mhm.
Well, not food. What is smell? I guess some flowers. Yeah, at time.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, there's something sweet in your flowers, but fake sweet. Like a spray. Nah, no, but
So
authentic.
it's like something natural, like a.
Yeah, natural
Mhm.
flower, sweet smell is comfort. My wife always likes flowers around. I guess maybe because I smell lousy or something. I don't know.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that she likes that. I've actually been trying to get more like flowers myself around the apartment and everything. So they definitely do make a difference. So I'm glad that it's helping.
Yeah.
And then, so that's all the five senses.
Uh-huh.
Um, that does take us to the end of the show, and it's going to be your proud moment. So I asked this from everybody that comes on the show. I'm sure
Um,
you probably had some in your life, but is there what's a what's something that you've done recently that you're proud of, and if not recently, just in general?
well, I don't every day is. I'm happier now than I've ever been in my whole life.
Hmm. And I'm glad to hear that.
And if and I've done more in my life than I ever thought I would do, and still,
Hmm.
it is just I can't believe that being 81 is this much fun. And if I knew it was going to be this much fun when I got to 81, I would have got here a lot earlier.
That's good to know though, because the it gives us all hope. Like there's some
Yeah.
people that dread getting older and stuff. When I think
Uh,
getting older is when when you say fuck it and just just let it all hang loose. I'll be honest with you. My dad is I think he's about 78 or 79 now, and
oh.
he's more relaxed than I've seen him in years. Yeah, and I'm like, man, I want to get there.
Yes,
Yeah,
just wait to get
yeah,
there.
yeah. And I think he's reached that point where he's just he's
Yeah,
like you said, he's as happy as he's ever been, just like you.
yeah. Well, that's nice to hear. And
Yeah,
give me the best.
I will. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And with that being said, that takes us to the end of the show, Matthew. Before we go, with everybody that comes on the show, is there anything that you'd like to promote? Anything that you want to say, or any websites you want to get out there?
I think that the thought I'd like to leave with everybody is
Hmm.
remember that your heart is smarter than your brain.
Hmm.
We want to use our brain all the time and get the spreadsheet and get the expert. But the important decisions in life are made with your heart. And that has to be there so you can make it happen. If you're just using a spreadsheet and your heart's not in it, you know, you're not
Hmm.
going to get through what has to be done. But now for me, if you want help more, it's lescohelp.com. And that's where we help people with our community. And it's $20 a month with unlimited help. Yeah, so anybody can, LESKOHELP.com.
Awesome. I'll make sure we get that put onto the podcast for you and anywhere we post on social media. Um, and other than that, I truly appreciate you being here.
Uh,
When I saw it, I didn't think it was true. I thought I was getting like catfished,
is he still
and it's
alive?
really you. No, I just thought I was like, wow, he would. I
Uh,
appreciate you being here.
Pleasure. No, an
Want to do it.
opportunity to try to educate people about
Hmm.
things that make their life just a little bit better is I have nothing better to do. So anytime.
Awesome. I
Okay.
wish I wish that everybody can be half as selfless as that. So if that was the case, the world would be a lot better. So
But it's really selfish.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And with that being said, to everybody out there, thank you for joining us on another episode. We'll catch you on the next episode, and welcome, welcome to being part of my favorite parts, Matthew. And to
Thank
anybody
you.
else, thanks for listening to my favorite parts. Where if you have a heart, you can be a part. So,
Very good.
right.